Do you ever think about how weird time is? Like, we all just collectively agreed that a day has 24 hours. Each hour has 60 minutes, and we're all meant to care deeply about it. Imagine telling a caveman that he can't hunt mammoths because it's 3 p.m. Absolute madness. But as it turns out, timekeeping goes way back to the ancient Egyptians. And if you think your cheap wall clock from IKEA is bad at keeping time, just wait until you hear about the candle clock. So the Egyptians, being the clever folks they were, decided they didn't want to just eyeball the sun to guess when it was lunchtime. They divided the day into fixed units with a sundial, a big old stick in the ground that used shadows to tell time. Revolutionary. Except, completely useless on cloudy days or at night. Other civilizations had their own takes. The Babylonians liked their fancy star charts. The Greeks had their water clocks, which were basically ancient egg timers. While the Chinese thought, hey, what if we just burn stuff? And this brings us to the weirdest and most fascinating timekeeping device ever. The candle clock. Picture this. It's 520. A Chinese poet named Yu Jiannu described a simple concept. Take 6 identical candles, make them the same weight and thickness, and mark each 1-inch segment as a 20-minute integral. Boom. Timekeeping. Oh, and because open flames and wind don't mix, these candles were enclosed tin glass. Now that's scientific, but there was one teensy issue: accuracy. Wax doesn't always burn at a consistent rate. So, if the candles were made with slightly different materials, or there was even a tiny breeze, your 4-hour candle might be more of a 3.5-hour candle. Great for timing how long your tea should steep. Less great if you are, say, planning a battle. Despite their quirks, candle clocks stuck around for centuries, probably because they were still better than just guessing. But as cool and vaguely hazardous as they were, candle clocks couldn't compete with the rise of mechanical clocks in the 18th century. Once we figured out gears, pendulums and, eventually, quartz and atomic clocks, it was game over for good old-fashioned flammable timekeeping. Now, we've got synchronized global time, digital clocks, and even atomic clocks so precise they could tell you when the universe blinks. Not to mention the other kind of timekeeping we all rely on these days, checking our phones every 5 seconds to see how late we're running. If you want to profit off time without having to make candle clocks, you should check out the Vookum Reselling Community. It's where smart people, as in people who like making money, learn how to get rich flipping watches. Seriously, luxury watches are one of the best things to resell for a profit, and we can show you how. Click the link in the description to learn more, because, unlike candle clocks, this is a timekeeping opportunity that actually pays off.